We were reading through your bio, and you have mentioned that you work towards one of your interests is to increase the visibility of forensic pathologists. So does that mean that you have less people joining in as forensic pathologists, and that's what you're working on? Would you elaborate a little on it?
Yes, that's exactly what it means. So some quick numbers, and this was all data taken pretty much immediately before the pandemic. It was estimated we had somewhere between 400 to 500 full-time practicing forensic pathologists in the United States. So divide, that many by 50 states, doing the job of about 1,200 people. And that was before the pandemic. The pandemic has exponentially increased homicides nearly everywhere, overdose deaths nearly everywhere, and more. We're getting more accidental deaths, such as motor vehicle collisions. It seems like people are just not as focused, and also just falls and different things. Everything's increasing. So our workload has exponentially increased, and we're at a deficit. And so we didn't have enough. And if you rewind, right, to get to be a forensic pathologist, you had to do pathology. Well, if you just look at pathology as a whole, it historically hasn't been doing well in the US. So until this year, I think this might have been the first year. So US graduating US medical students, they enter this match system, and that matches them to their different residency programs. Almost every year, there would be open seats in pathology. So we weren't getting enough pathologists in general, and then very few go into forensics. So how do we increase people going to pathology and then forensics? And I think the issue with both, and I don't know what it's like in the other arms of forensic sciences, but at least here, I think one of the biggest things is people don't see us and they don't really know what we do, right? We have this stereotype of working in these dark, creepy basements, whatever they show on TV. We're a little weird. We don't like people, And so to break those stereotypes and to open people's eyes and get them interested, because I think if we can get people interested and young, we'll have a much larger workforce in 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
And so so I think visibility is key. I think, that applies to everything. So I'm a Black woman. There are not a lot of Black people in medicine. We've been about 5% of the workforce for a long time. It hasn't increased. How do we increase our presence? It's visibility, right? Seeing like, hey, she's a Black forensic pathologist. I think I could be that. Or he's a Black cardiologist. I think I could be that. I can see myself in that. And so I think visibility and early outreach program and getting kids when they're in middle school, even elementary school, like, oh, a microscope is cool, things like that. I think they're very important. And more than important, I think they're key to the future of this whole field, because all the projections show all our work increasing. And unless we increase and capture people early, it's going to be bad. And not only for us, it's bad for America, right? If we don't have enough people doing our job, I guarantee you people will be getting away with murders. Everything will get worse. So
yeah.